In the journey of spirituality and semen retention, women often gravitate toward men who possess a strong, vibrant aura. This is not based on superficial attractions, but on an innate sensitivity to energy. Women are deeply intuitive beings who can sense subtle energies that may not be visible to the naked eye. When a man practices semen retention, he begins to cultivate a higher vibrational energy which resonates with women on a deeper level. This energy is magnetic, pulling them toward the man without him even needing to speak or act overtly. The process of semen retention purifies a man's energy, drawing in life force from the universe, which enhances his presence and aura. This transformation is felt not only by the man, but also by the people around him, especially women. While some may perceive this energy on a conscious level, others feel it more subconsciously. A man who retains his energy does not waste his vital life force, and as a result, his energy becomes radiant and spiritually powerful. This kind of energy has the capacity to attract women who are in tune with their own spiritual paths and energies. Women's ability to sense a man's energy comes from a combination of their intuition and the natural pull of spiritual alignment. This is why women often focus on men with a strong aura. They seek partners who can match or elevate their own energy frequency. A man with a weak or chaotic aura, on the other hand, does not resonate with their higher vibrations, and this creates an invisible barrier between them. As a result, women will instinctively avoid men who lack this spiritual and energetic depth, even if they are unaware of the exact reason behind their feelings. In spiritual teachings, it is said that energy knows no boundaries of space or time. It transcends the material world, influencing all relationships, especially between men and women. The stronger the aura, the more harmonious the relationship, because energy forms the foundation of every connection. A man who is emotionally and spiritually disciplined through semen retention is able to maintain a calm, grounded energy, which allows him to be more present and attuned to the energy of the woman he is with. This mutual resonance builds trust, attraction, and respect in ways that go beyond physical appearances. The power of semen retention in enhancing masculine energy. Semen retention is often misunderstood as a mere practice of abstinence. However, it is so much more. The practice is a deliberate decision to withhold the release of sexual energy, which when preserved accumulates within the man's body and spirit. This retained energy is converted into a powerful force that elevates the man's spiritual and physical presence. For women, this kind of energy is magnetic because it conveys strength, self-control, and the ability to lead with purpose and direction. The energy released through semen retention is not just sexual energy. It is a form of divine masculine power that empowers the man on every level. As he retains his seed, his body begins to reabsorb this energy, which flows through his chakras, unlocking higher states of consciousness. This process leads to increased vitality, mental clarity, and an undeniable presence. Women, whose instincts are fine-tuned to recognize spiritual energy, are naturally drawn to men with such potent auras because they feel secure in the man's strength and presence. In contrast, men who do not practice retention often struggle with their energy, wasting it through constant sexual indulgence, which leads to depletion. This depletion manifests itself physically, mentally, and emotionally. Women can sense this weakness, even if they cannot fully articulate the reason behind their discomfort. A man who is energetically depleted cannot provide the emotional stability, protection, or strength that women inherently seek. They are not attracted to weakness, but rather to a man who has mastered himself and who carries a deep, grounded energy that can support and protect those around him. The masculine energy, enhanced by semen retention, is not just about outward strength, but about spiritual fortitude. A man with a strong aura exudes confidence, not arrogance, and this is something women gravitate toward. The aura of a retained man radiates self-assurance, emotional stability, and a sense of purpose that resonates with women on a spiritual level. This is the energy that women seek, not the fleeting, ungrounded energy of a man who is disconnected from his higher self. They are drawn to the peace and strength of his aura, which brings a sense of safety and security in a world that often feels uncertain. The spiritual connection between men and women. At a deeper level, the journey of semen retention is not just about self-improvement, it is about aligning oneself with the spiritual realm. As men retain their sexual energy, they tap into a higher frequency that resonates with the divine masculine, the energy of creation and protection. This energy is sacred, and women, on a spiritual level, are drawn to it because it reflects the kind of partner they are naturally inclined to seek. A partner who is not only physically present, but spiritually connected. Women have an innate connection to the spiritual world, often viewing relationships as a sacred exchange of energies. They intuitively recognize when a man's energy is aligned with their own or with the spiritual forces that govern the universe. A man who practices semen retention is seen as someone who understands the sacredness of his energy, and this is highly respected by women who are on their own spiritual journeys. They are not simply seeking a man with a good appearance or charm, they are looking for someone whose energy aligns with their own spiritual aspirations. In the realm of spirituality, the connection between men and women is not only physical but also energetic. Women are naturally more attuned to the subtle energies in the environment, and this is why they are drawn to men with a strong aura. A man who has cultivated his energy through semen retention becomes an embodiment of divine masculinity, and women feel the pull of this energy as it harmonizes with their own. This is the deep spiritual connection that women seek, a connection that goes beyond the superficial and taps into the core of who they are. The law of attraction also plays a role in this dynamic. When a man has a strong aura, he naturally attracts women who resonate with his energy. This attraction is not based on external factors such as appearance or status, but on the energetic alignment between the two. Women seek men who reflect their own values and aspirations, and when they encounter a man with a strong aura, they feel an immediate pull. This is not just attraction in the physical sense, it is a recognition of kindred spirits on a higher level. The man's aura represents a mirror of the energy that the woman seeks to align with, making him an ideal partner on her spiritual journey. The role of emotional stability in attraction. In addition to the spiritual and energetic aspects, emotional stability plays a crucial role in why women are drawn to men with strong auras. Emotional stability is a key sign of a man who has mastery over his energy, especially in the context of semen retention. As men retain their energy, they become more emotionally grounded, less reactive, and more balanced in their emotional expression. This stability is attractive to women because it offers a sense of safety and trust. Women are naturally attuned to the emotional atmosphere of any situation. They are sensitive to shifts in energy, especially when it comes to emotional turmoil or instability. A man who has mastered himself through semen retention exudes a calm, steady energy that helps women feel emotionally secure. This kind of emotional stability is one of the most attractive traits a man can possess because it signals that he is in control of his emotions and is capable of handling life's challenges with grace and poise. On a deeper level, emotional stability is a reflection of spiritual maturity. A man who is emotionally stable is not easily swayed by external circumstances or internal impulses. He has cultivated a deep sense of inner peace through his spiritual practices, including semen retention. This inner peace is what women seek in a partner, as it allows them to feel safe, understood, and supported. Women are not attracted to men who are emotionally volatile or unstable. They are drawn to those who can provide emotional balance and harmony in their relationships. In relationships, emotional stability fosters trust and respect, two crucial elements that create lasting bonds. A man who practices semen retention has a deep understanding of his emotions and reactions, which allows him to communicate more effectively and be more present in the relationship. Women, recognizing this depth of emotional awareness, are naturally attracted to such men because they know they can rely on them to be steady and supportive, no matter what challenges arise.
Physical magnetism and its connection to energy. When we talk about a man's aura, it is important to note that his physical appearance is not the sole factor in attracting women. While physical traits may initially catch a woman's attention, it is the energy behind those traits that creates lasting attraction. A man who practices semen retention may not fit the conventional idea of physical perfection, but his energy gives him a unique magnetism. His presence is felt long before his physical features are even noticed. The physical magnetism of a retained man comes from the energy that radiates through his body. As he retains his semen, his body becomes a vessel for higher energies that manifest in his appearance. His posture, his gaze, and even his movements are infused with the potent energy that he has cultivated. Women are naturally drawn to men who radiate this kind of energy, as it signals strength, confidence, and vitality. This is the physical manifestation of the spiritual work he has done through semen retention. Women are deeply affected by the energy they encounter in others, and they can feel when a man is operating from a place of inner strength. A man who has cultivated his energy through semen retention exudes an almost magnetic pull that transcends physical appearance. His aura becomes a beacon of power and confidence, which women find irresistibly attractive. This attraction is based not on superficial features, but on the deep energetic connection that women can feel on a subconscious level. The connection between physical magnetism and energy is also reflected in the law of attraction. As a man's energy becomes more powerful through semen retention, he becomes more magnetic to women who resonate with that energy. This attraction is not just about physical chemistry. It is about the alignment of energies that creates a harmonious connection. The more a man practices semen retention, the stronger his aura becomes, making him even more attractive to women who are in tune with their own spiritual energy. The role of discipline and self-control in attraction. Semen retention is a practice rooted in discipline, and it is this discipline that draws women to men with a strong aura. In today's world, where instant gratification is often the norm, the ability to practice self-control is seen as a rare and attractive trait. A man who is committed to retaining his semen demonstrates not just physical restraint, but also mental and emotional control. He is not governed by his impulses, but rather by a deeper sense of purpose and direction. Women are naturally attracted to men who possess discipline because it speaks to a man's ability to create order in his life. A disciplined man is not only consistent, but also focused on long-term goals, which translates into his ability to provide for and protect those around him. Women want a partner who has the ability to stay grounded and focused, especially in times of difficulty. A man who practices semen retention embodies this discipline, and it is this energy of control that makes him stand out to women who are looking for a reliable, strong partner. Self-control also contributes to emotional maturity. When a man controls his desires, he gains greater awareness of his emotional state and reactions. This maturity makes him more capable of navigating complex situations with patience and understanding. Women are drawn to men who can keep their emotions in check, as they are looking for someone who can remain calm and composed in challenging circumstances. This kind of emotional maturity is one of the most powerful aspects of a retained man's aura. Moreover, discipline is an essential aspect of spiritual growth. Through semen retention, a man strengthens his connection to his higher self, tapping into divine wisdom and intuition. This discipline allows him to move through life with purpose and clarity, and it is this sense of direction that attracts women who seek a partner capable of supporting them in their own personal and spiritual growth. Discipline, in essence, forms the foundation for a man's strong aura, which becomes a magnet for women seeking a deep, meaningful connection. The sacredness of energy exchange between men and women. The energy exchange between men and women is one of the most profound and spiritual aspects of human relationships. When a man practices semen retention, he becomes a vessel for sacred energy. This energy is not only for his own well-being, but can also be shared with others, particularly women, through the act of connection. The stronger a man's aura, the more potent the energy exchange becomes, allowing for a deeper spiritual bond. It is through the act of connection that a man can share his energy with a woman, which can lead to deep emotional healing and spiritual awakening. This energy exchange is a sacred process that can lead to a profound bond between a man and a woman.
In relationships, energy exchange is often unspoken but immensely powerful. Women, in particular, are sensitive to these energetic shifts and seek men who possess the ability to offer pure, grounded energy. A retained man, having refined his energy, offers a vibration that is healing, nurturing, and stable. This kind of energy exchange is not about control or manipulation, but about a mutual giving and receiving that fosters growth and spiritual evolution for both partners. Women intuitively seek men who can offer them more than just physical attraction. They seek a connection that feeds their soul and elevates their consciousness. The energy shared between a man and a woman who understands and practices semen retention is transformative. It provides both partners with the opportunity to align with their highest selves and expand their spiritual potential. This sacred exchange becomes a powerful bond that transcends the physical realm, creating a deep connection based on mutual respect, understanding, and spiritual growth. The aura of a retained man is not only about attracting women, but about creating a secret space for mutual energy exchange. A man who practices semen retention becomes a beacon of spiritual light, and his aura has the power to illuminate the path of those around him. Women are naturally drawn to this light because it provides them with the opportunity to experience a profound connection that nourishes their body, mind, and spirit. Why women seek stability in relationships. One of the primary reasons women are drawn to men with a strong aura is their need for stability. A man who practices semen retention has the ability to remain stable and grounded, even in the face of challenges. This stability provides a sense of safety and security that women deeply desire in a partner. Women, by nature, seek stability because it allows them to feel protected and supported emotionally and spiritually. The emotional stability that comes with semen retention is crucial for fostering healthy relationships. Women are less likely to be attracted to men who are emotionally unstable or reactive. A man who is emotionally balanced and spiritually connected offers a sense of peace and security that allows a woman to thrive in the relationship. This stability creates a solid foundation for a partnership built on trust, understanding, and mutual respect. Additionally, stability is not just about emotional steadiness. It also extends to the man's ability to provide for his partner. A man with a strong aura has a deep sense of responsibility and purpose, which translates into his ability to provide a stable environment for those he cares about. This is particularly important for women who are looking for a partner capable of sharing the burdens of life, whether it be through emotional support, financial stability, or shared goals and dreams. Women are also more likely to seek stability in their relationships when they are on their own spiritual journeys. They are looking for partners who can help them navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and wisdom. A man who practices semen retention embodies this kind of stability because he has learned to master his own impulses and emotions. This self-mastery allows him to be a stable force in the lives of the women he encounters, making him an ideal partner for those seeking peace and balance. The role of vulnerability in attraction. While strength and stability are key factors that draw women to a man with a strong aura, vulnerability also plays an important role in attraction. A man who practices semen retention is not only powerful and grounded, but also aware of his own emotions and weaknesses. This awareness allows him to be vulnerable in a healthy, open way, which is crucial for building genuine emotional connections. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful aspects of human connection. Women are not only drawn to men who are strong and self-assured, but also to those who are able to express their emotions authentically. A retained man, having learned to control his impulses and emotions, is not afraid to be vulnerable in a relationship. This vulnerability allows him to connect with women on a deeper level, creating space for trust, compassion, and mutual understanding.
In spiritual growth, vulnerability is seen as a key element in achieving emotional and psychological freedom. By embracing vulnerability, a man becomes more attuned to his own emotional state, which allows him to connect with others in a more meaningful way. Women are drawn to this kind of openness because it allows them to feel safe and understood. When a man is vulnerable, he creates a space where both partners can be themselves without fear of judgment, which fosters deeper intimacy and connection. A retained man's vulnerability is not about weakness, but about strength in embracing his authentic self. This ability to be open and transparent in relationships creates a deeper emotional bond and allows both partners to grow together spiritually. Women are naturally drawn to men who are strong enough to be vulnerable, as it signals emotional maturity and a willingness to engage in a relationship based on authenticity and trust. The law of attraction and spiritual synergy. The law of attraction is one of the fundamental principles of the universe. It states that like attracts like. Positive energies attract more positive energies. In the context of semen retention and spirituality, this law operates on a deep energetic level. A man who practices semen retention is aligning himself with higher vibrations, and as a result, he attracts women who resonate with those same frequencies. Women who are on their own spiritual journey are particularly sensitive to these energies. They are attracted to men whose vibrations match or complement their own. When a man practices semen retention, he becomes a magnet for spiritual synergy, attracting women who are also seeking personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. This mutual attraction creates a harmonious connection that goes beyond the physical realm, forming the foundation for a partnership that is rooted in higher consciousness. The energetic alignment between a retained man and a spiritually awakened woman creates a powerful synergy. This synergy amplifies the positive energies in both individuals, allowing them to grow together spiritually and emotionally. The law of attraction works not just through physical appearance or external circumstances, but through the alignment of energies. A man with a strong aura is naturally drawn to women who are spiritually in tune with him, and together they create a space of mutual growth and enlightenment. Women are more likely to be attracted to men who practice semen retention because they are subconsciously drawn to the high vibrations these men emit. This attraction is not based on superficial traits, but on a deeper, energetic resonance. The more a man works on his spiritual growth through semen retention, the stronger his aura becomes, and the more he attracts women who are in alignment with his energy. How women recognize the potential for growth in retained men. Women are deeply intuitive when it comes to recognizing the potential for growth in a partner. They are not just looking for someone to fill a role in their lives. They are seeking a partner who can grow with them both spiritually and emotionally. A man who practices semen retention radiates a sense of potential, both for himself and for the relationship. The energy a retained man carries is one of infinite possibility.
As he deepens his practice and spiritual awareness, he becomes a man of higher purpose, and women can sense this potential. They recognize that a man who is committed to his own growth is more likely to be committed to the growth of his relationships. This sense of possibility is attractive because it signals a future of shared evolution, both individually and as a couple. Women also recognize that a retained man has already begun his spiritual journey, which shows that he has the discipline and self-awareness necessary for personal development. This quality is deeply attractive because it suggests that he is not only invested in his own growth, but is also open to growing with a partner. A man who practices semen retention is not stagnant, he is constantly evolving, and women are drawn to this evolution. The potential for a dynamic, evolving partnership is what makes a retained man so attractive. He offers a future full of growth, transformation, and spiritual alignment, which resonates deeply with women who are on their own paths of self-discovery and development. The potential for growth in a retained man is also reflected in his ability to support and challenge his partner. Women seek a man who can encourage them to be the best versions of themselves, and a retained man, through his self-discipline and spiritual commitment, naturally embodies this quality. He is a reflection of what the woman aspires to become: grounded, disciplined, and connected to a higher purpose. This mutual growth creates a bond that is not just based on attraction, but on the shared vision of a spiritually aligned future.